From Marklight Stadium on the campus of the University of Miami, Sports Channel presents University of Miami Baseball. Tonight, the Bears of Mercer University take on the Miami Hurricanes. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Marklight Stadium. I'm Frank Messer, along with Bob Greasy, as the University of Miami Hurricanes open a three-game weekend series against Mercer University. The Bears. And, Bob, you suppose they've set a trap for the Hurricanes?
Well, they come in here nothing to lose and everything to gain, and the Hurricanes, coming off of 2 straight losses, didn't play very well the other night against the University of Tampa, and I think they're looking forward to bouncing back here tonight.
I think they realized in that game against the University of Tampa, you can't take anything for granted in college baseball. Now, the Mercer Bears come in sky high after a win their last game over Georgia Tech.
Well, they're a team that have lost quite a few ball games. They've won maybe twice. They've lost twice as many as they've won. The Hurricanes just need to get back on the winning track. They have 6 games left in the season. The regionals are right around the corner, and Frazier wants to get this ball club back on the winning ways.
I'll tell you, though, you talk about Mercer losing twice as many as they won. They play a pretty tough schedule. They got teams like Georgia, Georgia Tech, Mississippi, LSU, and, of course, in conference, a team that we saw was pretty tough down here, Stetson.
Yes, they were. And the Hurricanes, again, what they need to do, Alex Fernandez pitching tonight, have to get back on their winning ways. And I expect them to do it.
All right. Alex Fernandez, touted as one of the best college pitchers in the country, certainly, even though he is just a freshman. He'll be opposed by Kevin Hackinson, more of a finesse-type pitcher. Puts the ball in play, doesn't strike out people, he doesn't walk people.
And again, he's lost more games than he's won, but it should be a good competitive baseball game.
And we'll see what Coach Ron Frazier of the Hurricanes has to say when he comes back with Bob Greasy right after this timeout on Sports Channel.
To Tampa, a disappointing loss the other night.
Yeah, it was, Bob. We, had the big emotional weekend and came out here Tuesday night and really didn't play like we should have. And, a little disappointing. And I think it was for the players, too, because we have really been playing our best baseball at this time.
That's really the first letdown you've had all year, and it doesn't come at a real good time, but you got to bounce back here tonight.
Well, yeah, that's going to happen in baseball when you play as much as we do. And we got three ball games with a ball club that, everybody says, well, Mercer, and their record isn't the best. But you look at the individual games, and like they beat Georgia Tech the other night, and they've beaten a lot of good people. They were beating one of the best pitchers in the country, McDonald, at LSU, and the 2-hitter against FSU. And then they lost a lot of ball games by 1 run. And, so they're a ball club that can beat you.
The big news around here, of course, is the regional, host regional coming up this probably on Monday. How good a chance does Miami have of getting a regional, and what does it mean to get a regional? How big of a boost is it for you?
Well, I think, getting a regional certainly is a, home field advantage is certainly a big thing. And in baseball, where you have your own fans, you're staying in your own, sleep in your own beds and eating around where you usually eat. And so it's big. And I think it increases your chance to get out. It's not an automatic, that's for sure, but it does help a lot, and you're looking for all the advantages you can get.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back up to Frank Messer with this night's starting lineups.
And, Bob, we'll have those right after the national anthem.
Broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched. Were so gallantly streaming, and rockets red where the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Miss Allison Scott, member of the 1989 Sugar Canes, singing tonight our national anthem. And now let's check the starting lineup for the Bears of Mercer University. Leading off, playing right field, Jimmy Moneypenny. Rob Myers will be in center field and bat second. Joe LeBon's at shortstop hitting third. Muzzy Jackson, their big power man and cleanup hitter at first base. Scott Malone will be in left field batting fifth. Mike Tanner is the designated hitter batting sixth. Catcher Brandon Smith will bat seventh. John Callahan will play third base and bat eighth. And Doug Crease will be at second base, and he will hit ninth. For the University of Miami Hurricanes defensively, Mike Hind is in left field, John Vieira in center, and Will Besby in right. Kirk Doolin at third, F.P. Santangelo at shortstop, Jose Trujillo at second, and Henry Hernandez at first base. Chris Hirsch is the Canes catcher, and Alex Fernandez, with a record of 12-1, will be on the mound for the Hurricanes. The umpires tonight at home plate with a jacket on is Al Keane. Umpiring at first base, Jim Cowan, and at third base, Robert Wilson. Beautiful evening for baseball here in Coral Gables, Florida, just a beautiful suburb of the city of Miami, right on the campus of the University of Miami. So the Hurricanes, starting pitcher Alex Fernandez, 12 wins, only one loss. That loss was to Texas. An earned run average of a brilliant 1.62. This will be Fernandez's 16th start. He has pitched 7 complete games, and 3 of them have been shutouts. You can't pitch much better than this, folks. 116 and 2/3 innings, only 21 earned runs, only 67 base hits. He has struck out 147 men while walking a mere 29. This young man knows how to pitch. And according to a story I read, and we'll go into that if we have time during the course of the ball game, a story in the Miami Herald today said that Alex Fernandez has said he will stay here at the University of Miami at least through his junior year. If he should change his mind, of course, there are outlets, but he has said that this is it at least for 3 years. And Bob Greasy has joined us from the field.
And that article...
Bobby, yeah, I was just talking about that article.
Well, that article was in response to some questions. There'd been a lot of talk in the fans around Mark Light Stadium about the fact that, geez, Alex is doing so well, 12-1 on the year, that he won't be around here very long. So one of the reporters asked him about it, and Alex, a very down-to-earth young man, a very popular, very likable young man on the baseball team, said, hey, I'm going to be here for 3 years. I don't plan to drop out. I know all my options. I know how I could do it if I wanted to do it. But he says, I'm here for 3 years, and it was great news for all the Miami Hurricane fans.
That story was by Greg Cote in the Miami Herald. Cody?
Cody.
Greg Cote. I don't know Greg, and I was just going by the spelling, C-O-T-E,
yeah.
But that is Greg Cody. I beg his pardon for mispronouncing his name, but he did write a fine story, and I've seen many of his stories in the Miami Herald, and he is obviously a very good writer. So Alex Fernandez telling Greg Cody that he will be here through his junior year. That's not to say that he won't be here through his senior year as well. That remains to be seen. We're ready for baseball. Jimmy Moneypenny will lead off. You're a 007 fan. That's his menu name, Moneypenny. 240 hitter, 1 home run, 18 RBIs. The Mercer Bears as a team are hitting .266. And the first pitch of the game. Pass ball just outside, and this game is underway. One very interesting thing, an unbelievable column really in the Mercer Bears statistics, Bob. The stolen base column. Do you notice that?
Yes, I did.
They have stolen a total of 4 bases all year.
And they've played 51 games. The Hurricanes, on the other hand, have stolen 169 bases. Tells you a little bit about the philosophy of these two teams, if that figure of 4 stolen bases is accurate.
Barry Myers evidently doesn't have a steal sign. There's a base hit. Line shot right over second base, and the leadoff man is on. Jimmy Moneypenny ripping a single into center field. And the number 2 hitter ready to step in will be Rob Myers. Myers, as you see, a right-hand batter. Hitting .301, a couple of homers, 17 runs batted in. Myers is a sophomore from Macon, Georgia. That is the home of Mercer University, Macon, Georgia. High fly ball, right field. Easy chance for Will Vespi. 1 out. Well, Myers will go back to the dugout. Moneypenny hanging on at first base. And Alex Fernandez will work to Joe LeBons. LeBons in an emergency position at shortstop. He is not the regular shortstop. There's another story regarding Rich Crowd that I want to pass along. Breaking pitch and a strike called. Rich Crowd, the regular shortstop for the Mercer Bears, as you look at LeBon's numbers, 317 average, 1 homer, 22 ribbies. Crowd came in with the team on an overnight ride from Macon, Georgia, getting here this morning, only to learn that his grandfather had passed away. Now, Rich is from this area. He's from Miramar, attended Chaminade High School. And Coach Barry Myers has asked me to express the condolences of him and Rich Crowd's teammates to Rich's family. So we're sorry to have unfortunate news in that respect, but if Rich's family or Rich himself is watching our telecast tonight, he knows that his coach and his teammates have extended their sympathy, and their thoughts are with the family. Ground ball right to Trujillo. He goes to Santangelo. Back over to Hernandez. And that retires the side. No runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left on after 1/2 inning of play here at Mark Light. The Bears of Mercer, nothing. The Canes of Miami are coming to bat. Night and batting ninth. For Mercer University, in the outfield, Scott Malone in left, Rob Myers in center, and Jimmy Moneypenny is in right. Around the infield, John Callahan at third, Joe LeBons at shortstop, Doug Crees at second, and Muzzy Jackson is at first. Brannon Smith, the catcher, and on the mound, Kevin Hackinson. And Bob Greasy had a chance to watch young Kevin Hackinson warm up on the sideline. What do you think?
Well, he's a big, tall young fellow, as you can see from your picture there. He's 6'3", 195, throwing 102 innings and giving up 49 walks, struck out 46, giving up 106 hits, and record of 5-8 coming into this ball game.
Earned run average 405, and he's ready to pitch to Trujillo. And Jose takes a ball. Jose Trujillo batting .302, 5 home runs and 31 runs batted in. That one had a little break on it. 1-1.
Trujillo is 15, has hit safely in 15 of his last 16 games. And a personal best 13-game hitting streak. In that series, he's hitting .355. He's hit safely in 28 of his last 33 games. One of the Hurricane hot hitters of this late in the season.
Good leadoff man, good table setter, Trujillo. Count has gone to 3-1, Jose.
Your party is waiting for you at the gate.
Trujillo has walked 43 times this year. He and Mike Tozar have each walked 43 times. Tops on the ball club. Hackinson with a 3-2 pitch. And he's up high with an off-speed pitch, and Trujillo is aboard. We mentioned Hackinson does not walk many people. He doesn't strike out many. Lets him put the ball in play, relies on his teammates to field it for him. He has won 5 and lost 8 on a team that has lost over twice as many games as it has won. But there's a footnote there. Mercer University plays the likes of LSU, Auburn, Florida State, South Carolina, Georgia, Georgia Tech. That's a pretty tough non-conference schedule. In conference, they have teams like Stetson. They play 6 times. Trujillo goes on the first pitch. High throw, and a good play by the second baseman, Doug Crease, to keep that ball from going into center field. Very high throw by Brannon Smith, and a good play by Crease, Bob.
Well, the first thing that Frazier wants to test is the strength of the arm of the catcher, Smith. Trujillo with a good jump. The throw is not even close as the shortstop the second baseman Crease backing up the shortstop makes the play out of picture to the right.
Well, Trujillo steals it rather handily. I thought he was going to third as Santangelo lays the bunt down, and Hankinson falls down. His throw not in time. Hankinson fell down, and I wouldn't be surprised. Well, we'll see how the official score rules. It will be a base hit. A base hit for F.B. Santangelo. I'm just getting ready to say I wouldn't be surprised if the official scorer, J. Rokeach, didn't credit a base hit there. And he does. Runners first and third. Here it is.
Hankinson, probably not used to playing on the artificial turf, slips, and the left-handed Santangelo gets down the baseline very quickly. Trujillo on third, and Santangelo at first.
Base hit for FP. Runners on the corners for Will Besby. Ball one. Besby may be the most dangerous hitter on the Miami club for the opposing pitcher, especially when that pitcher is right-handed. Besby, a .358 hitter, 5 homers, 42 ribbies. And there goes Santangelo on the hit and run. Ball to the shortstop. Knocked down. He can't pick it up. Run scores. Everybody's safe. Crease having trouble after knocking that ball down. He couldn't find a handle on it.
There you see Jose Trujillo, who just scored, and the leadoff hitter, speaking with Hine and Doolam, the next two hitters. Give him just a feel of what he saw from Hankinson when he was up there to lead off the ball game.
Well, here's that ball hit down to the second baseman Crease. Comes off the end of the bat fob, and I don't know why he had trouble with it.
Well, it's a short hop. Crease, just a freshman, one of the two freshmen playing on the infield for the Mercer Bears, had trouble playing the ball and an error on the second baseman.
And now the batter is Mike Hind, the Canes left fielder. An error on the second baseman. A run batted in for Besby. And Hind cannot reach one. Oh, Hankinson in trouble here in the first inning. Not all of his own doing. Hines sort of waves one there. He's hit 3 home runs, 24 runs batted in, and he'll go back to the pine. First strikeout for Hankinson. Got him with 3 pitches. And we'll take a look at that last one.
Third baseman, number 36, Kirk Doolam, third base.
Oh, almost looked like a Scroogey sailing back away from Hine out of the strike zone.
Hankinson throws a split-finger fastball or split-finger pitch, which is his primary pitch. He'll work now to Kirk Doolam, a .294 hitter with 5 home runs. And the runners go. The catcher, Brandon Smith, could not handle the pitch, and the double steal is accomplished. Santangelo going to third, and Besby to second. So 3 stolen bases here in the first inning.
Frazier again testing the arm strength. That time the ball in the dirt, and the catcher Smith without a throw.
25th stolen base for Santangelo, the 19th this year for Besby. 1 ball, no strikes, the count on Doolam. Full wind. And a fly ball, well hit to left field, left center field, way back, and caught at the wall, tagging and scoring Santangelo, as the center fielder, Rob Myers, had to use up all the territory out there to get to that one. Long sacrifice fly to drive in a run, and the Canes lead 2-0.
Well, we mentioned the fact that Trujillo and Besby were hot hitters. Doolam has also swung a hot bat of late. Had a grand slam home run last weekend against the Seminoles. Continues to hit the ball very well. Gets a sacrifice fly. The Canes up 2-0.
29th run batted in for Doolam this year. 2 outs to John Vieira. Vespi at second. John Vieira hit one out the other night against Tampa. He also made a great throw to home plate, probably a career throw from the outfield, and Chris Hirsch could not handle the throw, was charged with an error as a run scored on the play. Probably a career throw, really, for Vieira. Just a great throw. Ball and a strike.
Well, you saw that graphic about Vieira having 5 home runs. That's as many as any other Hurricane on the team. Leads the team. 4 other players with 5. As you mentioned, that home run against Tampa the other night tied the game up. A 3-run shot in the bottom of the 8th. The Hurricanes couldn't hang on.
Runner going to third, and Vespi is out stealing at third base. Vespi is out on the throw from Brandon Smith to John Callahan. The Canes scored 2 runs on 1 hit. There was 1 error and nobody left on. After an inning of play, it's the Canes 2, the Bears nothing on Sports Channel. The right fielder. Callahan, a .338 hitter, 1 home run, 4 RBIs. And Alex Reddy comes in high with a fastball. Ball 1.
2 freshmen in the starting lineup for the Bears, hitting 8th and 9th, both Callahan and Crease in their first year.
Callahan's a Floridian as he fouls that one back from Jacksonville. They also have a freshman pitcher outfielder, Adams Ropp from Jacksonville. We mentioned Kevin Hankinson from North Miami Beach, Rich Crowd from Miramar. That's a ball, 2-1. Those are the, let's see, Crease is Floridian. He's from Tallahassee. But the majority of their youngsters are from the state of Georgia. James Wozniak from Portage, Pennsylvania, came the farthest. Ground ball, base hit, back up the middle into center field. So Callahan has the 4th hit, and the leadoff man has been on in every inning for the Mercer Bears, but still they have not scored.
It's very unlike Fernandez, as we were talking. This team came in hitting only .266. He's pitched much better against Florida State and Clemson in his last 2 outings, and you got to wonder, Callahan, just a freshman, getting a sharp signal right up the middle against Alex Fernandez.
Fernandez has pitched 119 innings now this year. Ready to work here to Doug Crease. And it's a foul. So Callahan will go back to first, and Crease shows good foot going down the line.
Well, Fernandez is the University of Miami's winningest true freshman ever. He's already won 12 games. He's recorded double-digit strikeout totals in 9 of his last 10 starts. The only game he missed, he had 9 and hurled just 7 innings in a 14-0 Miami win. So he's used to getting a lot of strikeouts.
Ball and a strike. He's a power pitcher. A strong youngster, but you have to wonder if, you know, the number of pitches, number of innings start to take their toll a little bit.
Well, I think more than that, Frank. I think he's a smart young man. He knows that Mercer comes in with a record of 15-36, that the Hurricanes jumped out to a 3-0 lead. You know, we saw Joe Gray over here on Tuesday night have an off night, a big letdown after the Florida State series of last weekend. These kids are human, and Alex is not going to be a Superman every time he goes out there, especially against a team that's not the quality of a Clemson or a Florida State. I think it's human.
Nice block there by Hirsch. Full count, 3-2. Down at first base, John Callahan. You see Hirsch looking to the dugout. He gets the side. 3-2, nobody out. Runner goes, and it's fouled away. I'll tell you, that's a pretty good move there on Barry Meyer's part. Start his runner. He's been taken out of 2 innings by double plays. So you got to combat that some way, and the best way to combat it is start your runner.
Right, the defense behind Fernandez has been excellent. 2 innings, 2 double plays.
You saw Barry giving his signs. 12 years at Mercer University for Barry Myers. Runner goes, and the pitch is in the air to shallow center. It drops for a base hit and bounces over Vieira's head. That's going to be a run for Mercer. The ball goes all the way to the wall. Picked up out there by Vespi. Throws back toward the infield. As the run comes in, Callahan scores, and Crease, a freshman, winds up at third base. Now, how's that for a freshman combination?
Certainly is a very good combination, and a very poorly played ball by John Vieira, the senior, in center field. That'll be a base hit. Scored a triple. Nobody touches the ball. Fastball almost off the handle. Santangelo faking like it's a... And now Vieira sees it may bounce over his head and takes off. The ball had a little English on it also, as you see Callahan rounding third. Vespi over to help out. Callahan's going to score, and Crease pulls into third base with a thank you triple.
And the batter, Jimmy Moneypenny, had a base hit in the first inning. So 5 hits for the Bears now, and the Canes lead is 3-1. Vieira that time really played a single into a triple, and the run scores. High to Moneypenny, a ball and a strike. Moneypenny, a junior from Warner Robins, Georgia. 6'1", 185. Foul, out of play.
You know, the thing that I'm noticing about when Fernandez is pitching, he's not throwing the ball past anybody. He struck out 1 batter, and even when the batters get behind, they're still getting the bat on the ball, fouling them off, hitting it off the handle like Crease just did to center field, and the balls are falling in. So Fernandez, as yet, is not in the groove to where he's throwing the ball past anybody. Reminds me of Joe Gray the other night, the first few innings.
Goes with a breaking pitch there. It is hit in the air to center field. That should get Crease in. Vieira makes the catch. Here comes Crease. Here comes the throw, and it's a 3-2 ball game. Run batted in for Moneypenny with a sacrifice fly to Vieira in center. So now, Miami 3 runs, 4 hits. Mercer 2 runs on 5 hits. 1 out in the inning. And Fernandez will be pitching to Rob Myers.
Did you hear that spattering of boos?
I heard that.
Here in the Mark Light Stadium?
Yep. I don't know who the pitcher was.
I don't know who they're booing. I think they're booing the fact that the other team is scoring a couple runs off their kid K, Alex Fernandez, as he's been nicknamed.
Kid K. 1-0 pitch. Swung at it. Did Myers. I don't know who the pitcher was. Oh, in the SEC, Alabama has been eliminated by Mississippi State 11-10 this afternoon. So the Tide is gone. Tide went out.
Tide was out.
Georgia came from behind to beat Auburn 9-8. Bulldogs still snapping. Auburn's gone. The Tide's out. No, Auburn's not gone. That was just, it's double elimination. Double elimination, right. Auburn is still there. Florida LSU just underway, and we'll update the scores on that as they come into us. That's in the winner's bracket. 3-2 the count. Rick Rayford, our director tonight, will be going up to Gainesville to direct those big SEC championship games for you here on Sports Channel, so you know you're going to get a good telecast. High fly ball out into shallow center field. Vieira comes in under it and picks it off to retire Rob Myers, and out number 2. And it will bring up Joe LeBon. You mentioned the fact they're getting the bat on the ball, and I have to wonder if Alex Fernandez may be a foot short on his fastball tonight. You never know.
Well, he obviously is, because he's not getting it by the Mercer hitters. You know, sometimes you try to throw too hard, you try to overthrow the ball, and some nights you have that zip, that extra pop on it, and sometimes not. I'm sure that Mercer came in with a healthy amount of respect for Fernandez, even though he's a freshman. As we mentioned, came in with a record of 12-1, and knowing that he's a fastball pitcher, he gets the ball to the home plate 91, 92 miles per hour.
This is Joe LeBons filling in at shortstop. He's normally a third baseman. He's from Bel Air, Maryland. Grounded into a double play in the first inning with a ground ball to Trujillo at second base. 0-1 pitch. High with a fastball, and the count 1-1.
The faithful here at the stadium normally count off the strikeouts as Fernandez registers them. They haven't had much to count here tonight, as Fernandez has only one strikeout in 2 2/3 innings.
Fernandez dropped that slider in for a strike, and the count is now 1-2. Now the rhythmic applause starts. He checked. 2-2. Florida and LSU playing tonight, huh? I saw Florida and LSU down in Baton Rouge earlier this year.
Ben McDonald, huh? Big Ben.
He pitched a one-hitter in that game. Struck out 12 of 13. Off the hands, out into right center field. Vespi drifts over, and that will retire the side. 3 fly balls, but 2-run score on 2 hits. No errors, nobody left. In the middle of the third, it's Miami 3, Mercer 2 on Sports Channel.